So I do feel that this book seems to have those principles. This book seems to have those wisdom nuggets, which can then be picked up and very subjectively. Spirituality is not objective. It is a very subjective experience. It's a very subjective journey. Each individual, based on his or her particular situation, based on his or her particular life, based on his or her particular inspiration, based on his or her particular context, will decode those statements, will decode those shlokas, will decode those interpretations in ways that will very effectively empower them in their particular situation in life.
So at this stage of your life, sir, what's the learning at this stage?
The learning for me at this stage in my life is as it has always been, but learning doesn't have to be new.
Okay.
Learning can get more and more refined and deeper. It's like a tree. Roots are not new. The roots just get deeper and the roots just get stronger. If the roots get deeper and the roots get stronger, the tree survives all the onslaughts of bad weather. Right? It's not that the tree is growing newer roots.
Or that the weather is getting better.
Weather doesn't remain better all the time, Ranveer. It can get better, but it goes for the worst again. But the roots can remain deeper all the time. Any weather outside cannot affect the roots. The weather can shake the tree, the branches, the leaves, the twigs, the fruits, the flowers in the tree. But the roots, no. So when I talk about learning, to me, learning is like roots. So it's not necessarily growing newer roots. It's about deepening and strengthening the roots by properly watering the roots, by properly nourishing the roots, by properly making sure that they get the right kind of fertilizers so that they remain strong. And so the older I grow in age, the higher up I go in my presence in the world. It's like a tree growing. You grow in varieties of ways in life. Right? It's like a tree growing. It's a very dangerous position. It's a very dangerous position.
You mean people want to pull you down?
No. People will do what they do. It's a very dangerous position for you yourself if you don't work on the roots.
Okay.
Imagine going to the gym again the example of the gym, and working out on your upper body. Because that's the body that's seen. Your pecs, your biceps, your triceps, the short head, the long head, your abs, your shoulders, your collar. All of these things are the things that are seen. Imagine working on the upper body and forgetting to work on the lower body, which is not seen. The more you work on what is seen and neglect what is unseen, what is seen is not sustainable, because if you don't work on this is the lower body won't support the growth of the upper muscles. Right? You'll have problems with your spine. You'll have problems with your lower back. Correct? So the more we grow in what is seen to the world, there is a great need for us to grow in a space which is not seen by the world. The roots, in the example of the tree, the lower body, in the example of my physique and my fitness. So to me, learning, again, coming back to that question, is less about learning newer things and more about focusing on refining the things that are crucial and that matter to my sustenance and growth. Right? And particularly for myself, those things are, number one, is to be completely true to my own self and being authentic. I don't care what the world is doing. I don't care how the world speaks. I don't care what the world speaks. I don't care what the world does. Right? Because I'm not here to be the world. I'm not here in this world to be somebody else. I'm here to be myself. I have a purpose. I have something that I can share with the world. And my deepening of this roots means how true, how genuine, and how authentic can I be to my own self. The second aspect of deepening that learning for me is humility. Right? The most important aspect, people who grow in their lives, Their hard work is not external. Like coming for a podcast, going on a stage with 1 million people standing out there. Big deal. It's like an everyday affair. It's an everyday affair. You sit, you come, you start talking. What's the big deal? To me, that's not a big deal at all. The external work is no work at all to me. The real work is internal. Right? Internal. Because when you are successful, it gets into your head, and when you're not successful, it gets into your heart. Right? Success makes you arrogant, and failure makes you depressed.